Spain. They grew up in Germany, and they came to the Bronx back in the early 90s, HowNosm. They actually became part of the Tax crew. We talked a little bit about crews last time, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more now. A crew really is, they started out basically as street gangs. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These kids were living in one of the worst places in the world to be at during that time period, and they needed protection from the gangs that were around them, so they formed their own. But because of the fact that most of them wanted to just tag and do art, the crews that were around then are still around today, including Tat's crew, one of our more famous crews here in New York. In fact, right here we have a piece by Deck 2DX, another local Brooklyn graffiti artist. And if we walk down along here, this is by Justin and Bella. Justin is from here in Brooklyn, whereas Bella is from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. They call themselves Bella Phame. Now what you always notice about them is that they always work in the same colors. Justin always wears purple, Bella always wears green, and even when they're out painting on the street, they dress in the colors that they use on their walls. So that's how you can always recognize a Bella Phame wall wherever you find them around the world. So we mentioned that Bella's from Brazil. We've got another artist right here, Magrela, who's also from Brazil. Of course, it's always a dream to go to Rio or to Sao Paulo to see art because they have a graffiti culture that dates back just about the same time as the culture begins here in New York. Lots of great art on the streets of Brazil. Pretty much new piece by Kiptoe. We were just entering painting season when the world changed. So they were just getting out back on the streets after winter and putting new pieces up. Kiptoe is known for doing skulls and amazing colors and blends. He's got a really great style. It's another style that's instantly recognizable wherever you see his stuff. Hey, your artist. This is by Mr. Never, Mr. Dissatisfied, dis_satisfied. Pretty much however you can put dissatisfied into your search engines, you're going to find his work. If you look over here, he's got a beautiful owl here on the front of Pine Box. Also, you're always going to have the $1.28 price tag. Wherever you see that $1.28 price tag, you know it's work by Mr. Never. But remember, pay your artists. Here on the wall with Ghosty Guests, we have Reme. Reme821. He's known for doing these really cool eyeballs, dripping eyeballs. That's what he's been doing for years. The other cool thing about him is if you actually know how to search and find him, he was on a reality show for several years. Find him. It's a lot of fun. I'm not going to even tell you what it's about. Let's see if anybody can find him. If you find him, let us know what you think. We're right back here with another Lexi piece. I love how she changes up her colors, does schemes, does different things to make each piece pop in a totally different way. Another one of our majorly talented Brooklyn artists, CNL. You'll find a lot of his pieces here in this area. One of our favorites, shout out. Today I've got on my Claw Money shirt. That's Claw Money, one of the very first female graph writers here in the city. And I'm wearing my leaf pin today. If you want to buy merchandise like you see that I'm wearing, be sure to hit up the artist. Slide into Leaf's DMs over on Instagram and pick up pins and anything else he might have for sale. Also, as always, got my handy trusty 30 Ethos mask. Make sure to check 30 Ethos Gallery out online because these masks are limited editions and you want to get yours as soon as you can. Another great piece here by Valentine. Probably one of the best huggers that I've ever met. If you ever meet the dude, he is known for his hugs. He makes you feel like life is beautiful. Every time I'm feeling down and I see Vince, that's the best part of my day. He's also a really talented artist. Again, we don't really like to play favorites, but if we have favorites, this dude is definitely on them. This again is Below Key. He is the king of merchandise. He's the king of characters. Every single one of his characters has a name. One of these days I'm going to learn all their names. One of the greatest people in the business, right here, Below Key. Foxx. She's probably the queen of photorealism. She's also one of the best that you can watch. If you get a chance to ever watch her on the streets, it's amazing. She doesn't use tricks, she doesn't use tools. This is all straight can to wall. Check out her YouTube page. She just recently did a project that's totally on fire and worth seeing. Another piece here by Menace and Resa, along with Albertus Joseph. This piece was done just a few weeks after the hurricane in Puerto Rico. So this is another tribute piece for the neighborhood and for the people in Puerto Rico that are still trying to rebuild after the hurricane 2 years ago. A beautiful tribute piece here. Pretty sure you guys all know who this is. Of course, it's Frida Kahlo. Just something to put out there. Every female street artist in the world at some point will paint Frida Kahlo, but Lexi's actually done a pretty neat job of it here on this piece. So this is Lexi Bella and her Frida Kahlo. Beautiful piece here by Kiptoe. Kiptoe's actually painted murals all over the world. You can find his pieces in LA, in Argentina, and of course, right here in Brooklyn.
Like, follow, subscribe now.